I've noticed in the last 6 months, maybe 12 months, I can't help people as much as I want to help people because I flag pretty easily and I don't do heat no more for some unknown reason. With it, and I don't know if it's mitochondrial related or not, but I just can't. I don't handle the heat.
Okay.
Where before it never bothered me whatsoever.
Yes. Sure. Okay. So the mobility, keeping active, has been something that's really been
God, yes. And I know how important it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come this time of the afternoon, I'm where I normally am. I'll lay down for 2 hours. I don't sleep because I won't sleep during the night, but I'll take time out to watch a bit of TV and catch up on a bit of paperwork and all that sort of stuff.
Regenerate. And do you think that the mitochondrial disease has affected personal relationships with family and friends?
To a degree, because sometimes they forget and they don't understand, like especially with the twins. I just have to always ask for a pillow to be placed underneath my arm because I notice my right arm's getting weaker in the muscle side of things.
Yeah.
And they all know that I have the condition, and they don't stop and think, I better get Nan a pillow because she's going to feed one of the babies for me. I always have to ask. It's just stupid little frustrating things,
Oh, yep.
Nothing dramatic.
Yep. Do you feel it's been a burden on the family in relation to any extra care assistance?
No.
Good. Yeah. So we have spoken a little bit about treatment, but now I'd like to talk to you more about support and care. Can you describe the types of support and care that you have received since you were diagnosed? So that can be from the no charities or group or any extra with friends or family? No?
No, none.
No. Okay. And
my husband used to do a lot, but he's had to stop doing what he's doing because he's had the last 6 months he's had 2 major back surgeries. So it's got about 12 pins in his back with screws, and plates. Yep.
Oh, that's tough. And what would you most like to see from new treatments? So it could be either a way they're administered, side effects, cost, anything.
How do you mean?
So I know treatment's a little bit different as you haven't been having specific treatments besides, I guess,
I didn't think there was. I didn't think there was such a thing as a treatment.
No, treatments are so. I'll say the tablet support that you've been having for vitamins, minerals.
It'd be nice if they become on the PBS.
Yes, the cost I think has a lot more to do with it for you, but you don't have to travel anywhere. I guess you're not having a problem with access or.
When I go to the Royal North Shore, it's like a 4-hour round trip. I wouldn't never drive in there. I have to get a bus. I get a bus and a train, and then it's a long walk up the big hill at Royal North Shore. And there is a bus up there, so it could be a bus, train, and bus. It all depends how I'm feeling, but I push myself again to walk.
Yep. Okay. And what would you most like to see from information? Were there any topics that hadn't been covered when you're looking or not available, or the format that things were presented?
Yeah, I'd like to have they have special mitochondrial clinic days at Royal North Shore, and I don't know how long, I think they go for about 2 or 3 hours. I'd love, I don't know what the word is, a brief outlook on the day of what was discussed and what people raised, because I know I could go, but again, it's just that 4-hour round trip. It's just so tiring.
Yeah, and if you're going to make it, you'd like to know that it was going to be relevant and things.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's good they do provide that.
It is that happens in all states.
Yeah, wonderful. And is there anything that you'd like to see changed in relation to the way health professionals communicate with patients?
I think when I first went to the Royal North Shore, to the mitochondrial clinic, you're asked to list all your other specialists that you see. I think all those specialists should be sent information on the mitochondrial because it's, you just get sick of educating people basically.
Yeah, they need to go to the seminars. Yeah. That's right.
I think doctors have busier lives than enough without having to attend someone. But yeah, if they could, if the mitochondrial clinic could send,
Yeah.
you know, I just knew this book that was available, and I
Viewpoint.
asked could I have
Yeah.
a copy and to give to my family GP, to which I did.
Yeah. No, that was a really good idea. And when it comes to mitochondrial disease and the services around, would you like to see any support or care for people with mitochondrial disease or services that aren't already around?
I think so. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
again, you know, that's going to all have to get passed by government first, and that'll
Yes.
be a long way down the track, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah. And would you think that charities, etc., other support groups, everything in regards to support, or is there anything missing in particular?
No, I don't think so.
Yep. And what advice or tips would you give to other patients or families too that are affected by mitochondrial disease? So that could be general advice or perhaps something that you tried that really worked for you.
Well, again, if I was asked a specific question about other parts of my medical condition on the mitochondrial page, I can only write down my experiences, because, as I said, I've got a very complicated medical history. And is it mitochondrial related? Question mark.
Okay.
You know, I mean my bowel side of things. What I had done 20, 30 years ago, didn't know I had mitochondrial then, and would they have done the operation that they did knowing that I had mitochondrial myopathy?
Yeah.
So, you know, there's so many unanswered questions I still don't know, because, I mean, my professor that looks after my bowel, he knows that I have it, and he's often asked me about a few things, but when he did the procedure that I had done, I didn't know that I had it. And as I said, would they have done the procedure knowing that I had this condition?
Sure. Yep. Yep.
I mean, when my mum was first diagnosed, before the mitochondrial diagnosed, she was diagnosed with just lazy eyes, because my sister was born with a lazy eye. Did my sister have mitochondrial myopathy? Never know, because she passed away at 48. So, there's a lot of unanswered questions and unknown.
Sure. So we are very lucky in Australia to have good healthcare systems, but is there anything that you would have been particularly grateful in relation to the services and treatment that you've been able to access as an Australian health system?
I'd like another clinic closer to home.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I understand, like Professor Sue's the big guru of mitochondrial myopathy, but surely, and then she's now got Dr. Liang underneath her. If there's anybody else, I don't know, but if we're here in this generation to educate people, I feel, you know, if there was finance available, other people should be educated about this and placed in outer west now, because, you know, for someone that lives out at, say, Bathurst or wherever, to have to go to Royal North Shore, that's a hell of a trip.
Certainly is.
You know, I mean,
right.
and even, I mean, I'm complaining about 4 hours, but I mean, I have a friend that goes, because he's got eye problems, he travels from Bathurst to Westmead, but luckily it's only once every 6 months. Well, mine's only once every 6 months, but still, you know, when you're not getting any younger, it makes it a long day.
Certainly. Yeah, definitely. And if you were standing in front of a health minister or the health minister, what would your message to him be about the type of treatment and care people with mitochondrial disease have access to?
Say the question again.
Yep. So if you had the opportunity to talk to someone in politics and the health minister, for instance, would there be anything you'd like to say to him? A message you'd like to get through in regards to people with mitochondrial disease and what they have access to?
Yeah, I'd say there's nothing really.
Yeah.
They don't have access to anything.